casting might have hated my guts. I don't want to start just like, oh yeah. I'm not exactly the heartthrob.
Trust me, if Shayla asks you
And you say yes, it'll blow up your whole summer. I try to go into these relatively blind. Let me put these on because I want it to just feel organic and similar to how it would feel like if you're doing private coaching sessions with me, link in the description. But I remember liking this audition. Sometimes you have a strong tape, but that doesn't mean there's nothing to improve on.
Oh, I made out with her last summer. Her brother, the one in the blue.
I have all of these scratches all over my chest. I was on a quick timeline. I filmed this on the same day that I filmed for this. I think it was a meth addict. They will like subconsciously get these feelings of itchiness throughout their body. And so then I took my shirt off and it led with me having all of these scratch marks. I thought it would actually kind of work for the character because maybe it happened while he was getting cozy with somebody. This is a strong start and it really feels like I'm grounded in the scene. I was improvising just a random conversation for a couple of minutes before I of course cut it all out and led it to the first line. It could capture that feeling of being mid-conversation.
One with the eyebrows, her, not her, Conrad hooked up with her 2 summers ago.
You're such a slut.
I just like to kiss and be cozy with people.
I don't think I'm having a strong enough opinion on the women that I'm pointing out. You don't see any of that history or connection behind my eyes. The pacing is really slow.
I haven't kissed her yet.
Keep it that way.
Shayla's cute, but I wouldn't get sucked in.
Into what?
All of this. I mean, girls in sundresses are my kryptonite, but I would never let one talk me into being an escort.
I don't buy it. I'm going so subtle, I forget to kind of have any strong opinions.
Trust me, if Shayla asks you and you say yeah, it's gonna blow up your whole summer.
I don't have something specific to say about it. I think the delivery was interesting.
Yo, Steven, we need extra hands at the Deb luncheon. You're on water duty. Pays double.
Secure the bag.
Hey.
Oh, who's she?
That transition felt forced and I didn't feel like I fully took her in.
She's late.
Oh wow, you look insane.
Is that good?
Fuck yeah, it's good. I'll walk you down. Give him something to talk about.
It's so weird seeing me like this. Because this is a girl that Jeremiah already had not like a romantic relationship with, but they knew each other before this summer. I think maybe I'm going way too sexual way too quickly, especially if this is gonna be like one of the love interests that becomes a love triangle throughout the show. I don't want to start just like, oh yeah. Don't have to show all of my cards so immediately and so abruptly. I mean, I think as you can see right now, I'm not exactly the heartthrob, like cool guy in my day-to-day life, so it's interesting. The weakest part of my tape was that relationship history. Make this character web, which just makes sure I'm very aware of my dynamic with all of them. I also made one for all of the different women that I talked to. Okay, well, I kissed her last summer and her brother. Girl in the blue, girl with the eyebrows, her, not her. Conrad hooked up with her 2 summers ago.
You're such a slut.
I just like to kiss and be cozy with people. I haven't kissed her yet.
Keep it that way.
Shayla's cute, but I wouldn't get sucked in.
To what?
All of this. I mean, look, girls in sundresses are my kryptonite, but I would never let one talk me into being an escort. Okay? Trust me, if Shayla asks you and you say yes, it'll blow up your whole summer.
Yo, Steven, we need extra hands at the deb luncheon. You're on water duty. Pays double.
Secure the bag.
Hey.
Whoa! Who is she?
She's late.
Wow, you look insane.
Is that good?
Fuck yeah, it is. Here, I'll walk you down. Give him something to talk about. Side note, none of these audition redemption videos are about doing performances better than the actors that were ultimately cast. This is just me having some fun. You can see how pleased with myself I am. We kept breaking as I was coming in doing the... Maybe it's not the best to do that in a tape, but it just made me have so much fun. So it ended up, I guess, giving me a more playful energy.
My dad's coming up next month.
Oh, cool.
Don't you think it's weird?
Not really. I love your dad.
They've only been divorced for a year and a half.
Exactly. I mean, Laurel's cool like that. She doesn't give a shit.
Well, yeah, she doesn't give a shit because she's the one who wanted the divorce in the first place.
I think if you don't want to be married, you shouldn't be married.
These moments are fine. They're believable. I'm not feeling this strong connection to the people that I'm talking about.
Did you know my dad has a new girlfriend already?
Have you met her?
Not yet.
Is your mom dating anyone?
No. Oh, and he has a beard now.
Your dad has a beard?
Yeah.
The eye contact is a little intense. Dial it down a little bit, take in my surroundings a little bit more, throw some stuff away instead of it being kind of laser focused on her. Your dad has a beard. It came across, I was like, oh wow, that's crazy, because I haven't shown that strong relationship to what my character thinks of her dad yet, because you don't see really a lot of that relationship recognition behind my eyes. That moment doesn't feel as earned, and it doesn't feel like it pays off.
He thinks it makes him look cool.
Does it?
Kind of.
I totally forgot about that. Casting might have hated my guts after that decision, because I might have blown their eardrums out. That moment is a little, okay, not a little, is very over the top. Now it works because in our day-to-day lives, we have these like super playful, over the top moments that are genuine, authentic, and in some ways grounded depending on the character. And I do think that actually works with this character. Just have fun. And I will say, like, of all of the tapes so far, this feels like the most fun I had while doing it. But that was terrifying. And I know that wasn't in the script. I think I was I don't even think I planned that. I was in this goofy, weird phase. Now, I will say this as well. That moment does feel a little wildly out of place. I've not done anything that suggests that build, but maybe that's why it works too. Sometimes it's cool to just have something come out of nowhere.
You always want to know your who, what, where's, and why's.
In this script, it does end with them splashing around. I just chose to splash around like a psychopath.
My dad's coming up next month.
Cool.
Don't you think it's weird?
Not really, I love your dad.
They've only been divorced for a year and a half.
Well, Laura's cool like that. She doesn't give a shit.
Exactly. She doesn't give a shit because she's the one who wanted the divorce in the first place.
I think if you don't want to be married, you shouldn't be married.
Did you know my dad has a new girlfriend already?
Have you met her yet?
Not yet.
Is your mom seeing anyone?
No. Oh, and he has a beard now.
Your dad has a beard.
He thinks it makes him look cool.
Does it?
Kind of.
Oh! Belly, let's go. That is a good entrance. Now, I do remember having a full emotional breakdown trying to do this scene because it just wasn't going the way I wanted it to. And I remember being very frustrated because I was having so much fun in the first two scenes, just kind of like being a little goofy.
Cam can give me a ride home. Right, Cam? Yeah, it's
You're
no
not getting in the car with the guy you just met.
Actually, we sort of know each other. 7th grade Latin
No
convention.
offense, but no. Belly, let's go.
It has the subtle intensity. I'm also talking so quiet. I'm kind of like, could they even hear me? I've talked about this before. You want to use volume more to indicate control than try to use it as like a way to exert power, because the more you try to be powerful, the more it dilutes your power. I wanted my power to come from the intensity from my eyes, but I overcompensated for that and made it fall so low in volume that it just made it to where I would be like, wait, what are you saying? What?
Just get in, Belly.
Tristan Spone.
That was a quick scene too. I think that's also why I could have built into more intensity, because it was very one note. I didn't show a huge like arc. And yes, I think that was like what? Maybe a 20-second scene, but there are still ways to find those mini arcs. So starting at like, okay, I'm frustrated, and build into no, you just let's go. I'm not really. Sometimes your mini arc is just you go from a diluted form of the motion, and through this like little chunk you elevate that higher. I'm already at a 5 and now I'm going to an 8. This is why that pre-life is so important, so we can enter the scene with the right momentum. I'm just gonna choose that Conrad got drunk and kissed Belly, and so now she's getting a little glitchy. I'm of course pissed off with him, and that'll give me the right momentum to lead into the scene with.
Belly, come on, get in the car.
Cam can give me a ride home. Right, Cam? Yeah, it's no problem.
You're not getting in the car with the guy you just met.
Actually, we sort of know each other. 7th grade Latin convention, so we're not like total strangers.
No offense, but no. Belly, we're going.
Just get in, Belly.